House.
Sir, this is a proclamation making the new national bird the fried chicken. Sir, this is a permit to build a Hooters directly in front of the Vietnam War Memorial.
That's a big one.
Sir, this one just says it's for something called a penis laser. I don't know what that means.
That's a big one. A lot of big ones, huh?
Oh, could you please make your signature huge and crazy? Great.
Oh, good boy. And then it was off to celebrate at his many inaugural balls.
Ever wonder what happens when you give a guy with a Diet Coke addiction the keys to the country? Well, buckle up buttercup, cause Trump's back and he's redecorating faster than you can say covfefe. From plastic-covered couches to a chalupa cannon, the White House is starting to look more like a fast food joint than the seat of American democracy. But hey, at least now we know where all those executive orders are coming from, probably scribbled on the back of a Big Mac box. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Guess who's back in the White House? Yep, it's our old pal Donnie Diapers, and he's redecorating faster than you can say supersized meal deal. Looks like Trump's first day back involves some pretty interesting changes to the Oval Office. And by interesting, I mean totally bonkers.
Trump has a new portrait. He posed for this menacing photo. It goes up at every post office, every airport. That spray tan scowl will be glaring at you every time a TSA worker frisks your junk from now on. Trump's infamous Diet Coke button is back. He's also got, this time he's got a chalupa cannon and a McNugget knob too. And he has another little button to lock the door when he hears Elon coming. The new regime has already redecorated the Oval Office. They moved in a bust of Winston Churchill, a portrait of Andrew Jackson, and this was smart. They put plastic covers on the couch in case J.D. Vance gets a little too lovey-dovey.
Now, we all know Trump's not just moving in a Churchill bust. He's got some wacky ideas that would make even Ronald McDonald raise an eyebrow. Picture this, plastic-covered couches, because apparently the leader of the free world is worried about spills. But wait, there's more. The infamous Diet Coke button is back because nothing says presidential like having fizzy drinks on demand. But hold on to your MAGA hats, folks, because that's not even the craziest part. Reports say Trump's installed a, wait for it, chalupa cannon. Yes, you heard that right, a cannon for chalupas. Because why walk all the way to Taco Bell when you can have Mexican-inspired fast food shot at you from across the room? It's like he's preparing for a food fight with foreign dignitaries. And if that wasn't enough to make your arteries clog just thinking about it, there's also talk of a McNugget knob. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm picturing Trump turning it like he's adjusting the temperature, and out pops a perfectly crispy nugget. The real question is, does it come with a choice of dipping sauces? Imagine the international incidents that could be caused by running out of sweet and sour sauce during a diplomatic meeting.
We are on day 2 of another round with President Donald Jocelyn Trump. Only 1,459 days to go. There's so many terrible deeds, but he's also done some fun things, like when he said this, and I want you to listen closely here, because the question is, does he say every day we get some penis?
Every single day we get subpoenas.
It's been 24 hours since he was sworn in. Already Donald Trump has ended the war in Ukraine on day 1, just as he promised he would. Oh, he didn't? Well, he should resign then, right? I mean...
But here's the million-dollar question. Will the White House now smell like a drive-thru? I mean, between the chalupas flying through the air and the constant stream of nuggets, the place is bound to smell like a food court at a mall. Poor Joe Biden probably left air fresheners all over the place, but they're no match for the aroma of Trump's fast food fantasy land. It seems our grumpy Trumpy is turning the White House into his personal fast food joint. Who needs state dinners when you can have a McFlurry machine in the East Room, right? I wouldn't be surprised if he replaces the Rose Garden with a ball pit and starts holding press conferences in a giant hamburger-shaped bounce house. Well, folks, it looks like our commander in cheeseburger's been busy. While we thought he was just redecorating the White House with golden arches, Trump's been wielding his pen like it's a magic wand. And boy, has he been casting some spells. In just one day, Trump's signed over 100 executive orders. That's more scribbling than a toddler with a fresh box of crayons. But these aren't just any old doodles. Oh no, these are presidential doodles, and some of them are wilder than Trump's hair in a windstorm.
So great to finally have an energetic young president again.
Bless all who dedicate themselves to governing in our generation.
That was our president sleep farting his way through a service held in his honor at the Washington National Cathedral. They should have let him bring his sword in to play with to keep him. And yet somehow he could recite the entire Cheesecake Factory menu by heart.
First up, Trump's decided to give Big Pharma an early Christmas present. He's rescinded Joe Biden's executive order that was supposed to lower prescription drug prices for folks on Medicare and Medicaid. I guess Trump figures if you can't afford your meds, you can always try one of his miracle cures. Anyone for a bleach cocktail? But wait, there's more. In a move that would make Colonel Sanders proud, Trump has proclaimed fried chicken as the new national bird. That's right, move over bald eagle. There's a new bird in town and it comes in a bucket. Can't wait to see the new presidential seal. Maybe it'll feature 2 drumsticks crossed over a gravy boat. And just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, Trump's decided to play get out of jail free with about 2,600 people involved in the January 6th Capitol riots. Yep, even the ones who attacked police officers. Because nothing says law and order like pardoning folks who tried to overthrow the government, right? Now, some of you might be thinking, hey, isn't this a bit much for one day? Well, let me remind you that our Donnie Diapers has always been an overachiever when it comes to executive orders. During his last stint in the White House, he was signing these things faster than he could say fake news. He pulled us out of international agreements, messed with immigration policies, and basically treated Congress like it was optional.
Did President Biden leave you a letter?
He may have. Wait. Don't they leave it in the desk?
I guess that's not his snack drawer. By next week, that letter will have been used as a napkin to wipe the horsey sauce off of his face.
I don't know. Oh,
What's in there?
thank you, Peter. It could have been years before we found it. Wow. Thank you.
What does it say on the outside?
The bully is back at his pulpit, and his Sharpies are fatter than ever before. Have you noticed he's got big fat Sharpies now?
But here's the real kicker, folks. While Trump's been busy turning the Oval Office into his personal rubber stamp factory, he's also been having a bit of a tiff with the church. Apparently, our orange turd isn't too happy about having to take off his MAGA hat during services. I guess he figures if Jesus could turn water into wine, surely Trump can turn a house of worship into a campaign rally. And if, well, folks, it looks like the White House has turned into a real-life version of Grumpy Trumpy's fast food fiesta. Our orange-tinted friend's first 24 hours back in office were a mix of burger-fueled executive orders and church tantrums. You've got to wonder, is this the seat of American power or just a really weird episode of Kitchen Nightmares? One thing's for sure, with Donnie Diapers back at the helm, late-night comedians are licking their chops. As one host quipped, the bully is back at his pulpit and his Sharpies are fatter than ever before. It's like Christmas came early for these jokesters, with Trump gifting them a never-ending supply of political comedy gold. So buckle up, America. With Trump's unpredictable antics, we're in for a wild ride. Just remember to pack some Tums. All this fast food talk is giving me heartburn.